being content with content. What is your reason? It's basically what I'm asking. This is just pretty much a stream of consciousness video. Run off of 2 hours of sleep. Technically, it is now November 27th, but I mean, it's like 3 in the morning or whatever like that. But my late mother's birthday was yesterday, November 26th. She passed away exactly 1 month after my birthday, some months ago. And yeah, it was just at work all day and just basically all I could think about, just scatterbrain. Fucking lost my phone right at the end of the shift. Had to have people looking for that shit for me. It was just a complete mess. And the funny thing is, one of the first things I thought of when I woke up after my little 2-hour nap, after working 10, whatever, how many hours, was, you know what? I shouldn't go into work today. But I thought about it's going to be a short week because, you know, it's the holidays. I just call these holidays family holidays, but, you know, Thanksgiving and all that type of stuff. So I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and go in. And I'm drinking coffee. Normally don't drink coffee. And I'm just, you know, jittery and wired all day. And then just crashed at the end of the day. And just, yeah, like lost my phone and shit. And obviously I got it now. I'm recording on this. You know, like I said, people help me get it and stuff. But what is it in your life that you're content with? Obviously, you know, we're on social media if you're watching this. So that's why I named it Content with Content. You see how it's spelled the same. But yeah. There's probably a bar in there somewhere, but yeah, I don't know. I just want to throw this out before I go to bed. This is just kind of, I guess, a fried brain of 2 hours of sleep, mourning my deceased mother, laughing and just, you know, just reminiscing on, you know, before, and was listening to Kendrick Lamar, his new album and his new music video that had so much of a 90s vibe. And, you know, he had soul samples from the 70s, 80s, 90s, all this stuff. And it just reminded me so much of being a kid in the 90s and having these, you know, family reunions and cookouts and all this stuff. You know, your grandmama, your grandfather, your mom and dad, your aunties, uncles, cousins, brother, everybody, you know, together. And, you know, we're playing, you know, obviously at that time there was no 2000s music and stuff. But even in 2000s, we were still, you know, doing this even after some of my grandparents were starting to pass away in the 2000s. But, you know, we play a lot of 90s music, 70s, 80s, and things like that. And listening to Kendrick's new joint, you know, obviously he probably was raised also by boomers, maybe younger boomers than my parents. My dad's 75, I'm 34. They had me late. Anyway, but just seeing some of the stuff he had in his music video, I'm like, yo, this takes me back to the 90s, 2000s, and all of this. And I know that's one of those songs that like my mom or my grandma, because, you know, it's got that nice beat that you can dance to. And it just seems so much of a throwback. Like I get what he was doing, or what I think he's doing anyway. Let me say that. But you know, because this album dropped last week, right before all of these family holidays are coming up. People are going to be going home and, you know, seeing their folks and all of this stuff. And I'm just like, man, I know. And it's weird because my mom's been gone now, like I said, for some months now. And not that I haven't been sad or that I haven't, you know, cried or anything like that. But for the most part, I've just been so focused on work. Every day I'm thinking about her. But literally today, or I guess technically now yesterday on her birthday, I'm sitting there watching this video and just looking at it. All I could picture is my mom smiling and just being funny and just dancing and looking at me like, come on, you know, like, you know how moms are and stuff. Like, all right, mom, like, see, all right, mom, sit down. You know, and I just start busting out laughing, and I'm like, I'm crying, but I'm laughing the whole time. It's just this cry laughing. It was just coming out. Like, it's almost like when you sneeze and it just, you know, not that it felt that way, but you know what I mean. Like, you just can't control and it just comes out. I'm just cracking up, like literally visualizing her. And then my eyes weren't even closed. Like I could see her smiling at me, laughing and dancing to Kendrick Lamar's new song, was it Squabble Up? Squabble Up. That album's fire, by the way, in my opinion. You know, teach their own, you know, everybody, I guess, ain't gonna like it, but a lot of people do, you know. He gave a little something for everybody for the most part, you know. If you like soul, if you like 90s hip-hop, you know, some contemporary stuff, some slaps, some introspective, some storytelling, some just, you know, they ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? Just basically trolling the rap game, how these rappers ain't talking about nothing. He had a song like that. He had features from black folks, Latinos. SZA was on there just singing and killing it. It was a solid album to me, you know, overall. I would say maybe one song to me that's skippable, but even that one, the cats were rapping on there, but the beat to me, I still got to get used to it. But anyway, but yeah, I'm like, man, my mom would like, especially with the more upbeat, the turn the TV off and like I said, squabble and stuff like that. And I'm just like, man, and I'm going, obviously visit my dad and everybody. And my dad, he's more into like blues and like old school soul. Like he's very much set in his ways. And I get it. I mean, he grew up in that golden era, at least in my opinion, that kind of golden era, Motown era. So he's pretty much, if it's older than the 80s, for the most part, he's kind of like, I'm good, or it has to be a new song that sounds like it's, everything like that. But my mom, she was also like that, but she was more open to listening to new music if it sounded good, I'm just thinking, I'm like, man, when I go back, that definitely would have been something that we would have been playing. Everybody would have been laughing and jamming and, everything like that. But going back to social media, are we content with content? And when I'm asking that, I'm not saying like certain types of content on social media. I'm just saying like, is this really where we're going? Because this is just the new television. That's all it is. Especially because, like I said, I'm a middle millennial, I guess you could say, roughly mid-30s. And I've noticed with the Gen Zers that are now kind of coming into their 20s, the ones that were born in the early 2000s, mid-2000s, things like this. This is really, I mean, they pretty much were ushered into this. I think they were basically, they were pretty much born around the time that like MySpace was coming out. And, the Facebook, and then it just kept, Facebook and everything like this, and it just kept going. So this is their TV, stream, Twitch, YouTube, whatever, things like this. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but is this where we're going towards more independent media? Because it seems like a lot of legacy media is dying, especially in the political sphere. I can't say about, I guess, everything, but like in the political sphere, like a lot of these cats, it's just like their views are going down. Everybody's online, which can be good, but at the same time, everybody's online. Are we actually outside interacting with nature, with plants, trees, with people? Do we still understand eye contact and certain types of etiquette? You know what I'm saying? Or are we content with content? That was just something I thought, just a little stream of consciousness, but I just want to throw that out there, But, happy family holidays. RIP to my moms. Hopefully I don't lose my phone at work tomorrow. Last day before the holidays. I'll probably leave my goddamn phone in my car, not even worry about it, because that's crazy. But, I'm kind of done with the 9-to-5 stuff. It's more like a, just like a right now kind of thing. Like for a while, I wasn't even really doing that. It was more kind of, I guess you could say technically 9-to-5, but I was, traveling and things like that, doing like welding and different things like this. So it was kind of in between like a remote job and 9-to-5. But right now I'm kind of doing more just straight 9-to-5. It's cold. It's cold where I'm at, so I ain't really trying to, But anyway, yeah, let me know what y'all think, man. All right. Peace.